The moment the little boy lifted his sleeve, the bustling café seemed to freeze around him. Sunlight streaming through the glass windows caught the deep purple bruises scattered across his small arm. The giant biker sitting across the room, a man known to everyone as Viper, placed his coffee cup down before it even touched his lips. For the first time in a long while, something cut through the tough walls he had built around his life. That something was fear in a child's eyes. If you believe in kindness, protection, and that everyone deserves a second chance, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel Light of Kindness before we go deeper into this emotional story. Viper was used to people staring at him, whispering about the tattoos crawling up his neck, the heavy leather jacket, patched with the insignia of the Hells Angels, and the old scars that spoke louder than any introduction. He lived by his own rules, riding through life like a lone storm cloud. But when he saw that boy standing timidly near his table, with messy hair and trembling hands, something inside him shifted unexpectedly. The boy looked no older than 7, maybe 8 at most, his white shirt dirtied at the collar, his backpack nearly falling apart. He wasn't asking for money or food. He only looked up with wide, hopeful eyes, silently asking for help. Viper's jaw tightened. Those bruises, they weren't accidental. They looked like they were left by a heavy grip, a hand too cruel for a child. The little boy swallowed hard, trying not to cry in front of a stranger. He stared at the biker's imposing figure, almost as if he believed that this man, with his fierce appearance, could chase away the monster in his life. The biker pushed his untouched coffee aside and stood up slowly, towering like a protector summoned at the perfect moment. He walked outside, urging the boy to follow with a simple nod. The sun was high in the clear sky, cars passing, and people living their ordinary lives, with no idea of the quiet tragedy unfolding right beside them. The boy introduced himself as Jonah, speaking in a low, nervous voice. He mentioned his mother, Alina, and how she tried her best to keep them safe. But her new boyfriend, Mark, a man with anger poisoning his every move, made home feel like a nightmare. Viper clenched his fists. He didn't need to hear more to understand. Jonah pointed toward a small, worn-down house just across the street. That was home. And right there on the porch, Mark sat with a drink in hand, face twisted with impatience and irritation, eyes darting dangerously as if waiting for Jonah to return so he could continue what he started. A rush of heat surged through Viper's chest. He had seen too many kids grow up in fear, too many mothers punished for love, too many homes turned into cages. The thin line holding back his rage snapped. Jonah grabbed his sleeve suddenly, scared. He whispered that Mark threatened him not to tell anyone, that if he talked, worse would come. Viper knelt so that they were eye level, his voice steady. Jonah wasn't alone anymore. Viper promised he would not let that man harm him again. Jonah nodded, his first hint of relief flickering within a wounded soul. A week later, Alina and Jonah moved into a safe community with the help of Viper and his brothers. Jonah enrolled in a new school, one where children played in the sunshine and laughter replaced tears. He joined a local soccer team and quickly made new friends. His confidence grew each day, like sunlight rising after a long stormy night. Alina found work at a small bakery, grateful for the chance to rebuild hope. Every weekend, Viper visited them on his bike. Jonah ran out to greet him every time, excited to show the latest drawing he made or the new trick he learned. Viper went from a stranger to a protector, then to a true friend, someone Jonah admired and looked up to. Months passed, and Viper found himself smiling more, his guarded heart slowly healing. Through the innocence of the boy he saved, Jonah insisted that one day he would be strong like Viper, that he would help others too. Viper ruffled his hair and told him he already was strong. After all, courage is found not in fists, but in standing up and asking for help when the world feels too heavy. One bright afternoon, Jonah asked Viper why he helped him that day. The biker paused, his eyes drifting to the horizon as if searching for words carved in the sky. He said he once was a boy like Jonah, alone, bruised, afraid. A biker had helped him once when no one else would, and ever since he understood that sometimes the toughest people are the ones who protect the smallest voices. Jonah hugged him tightly, like he never wanted him to ride away. Viper promised he would never disappear. No matter the distance, that promise would always ride beside him. Sometimes people think angels only come with wings, but sometimes they arrive on roaring motorcycles, wearing leather jackets, and carrying the courage to stand between innocence and danger. Viper wasn't just a biker. He was a shield, a guardian, a reminder that good can come from places people expect trouble. This story is a powerful reminder that kindness has no uniform. Strength is never about who looks toughest. It's about who chooses to act when someone is hurting and afraid. If this story touched your heart in any way, please show your support by liking, sharing, commenting your thoughts below, and subscribing to Light of Kindness so more real and emotional stories like this can reach those who need hope. Before you go in the comments, write one word that represents kindness to you. Let's fill the world with encouragement, hope, and second chances. And so, Viper finished his coffee at last, this time with a peaceful heart, knowing that in helping one child, he may have helped change the world.